What's up, guys and gals? Welcome back to the Nerd Castle for the next episode of Rimworld Alpha 17. My name is Splattercat. Happy to have you here today as we hang out for a little while and attempt to get ourselves set up with all the bare essentials we need. Oh, cool. We've got a pet muffalo now. Sweet. Muffalos are great. They can do all the stuff that, like, bigger animals can do. That makes me super happy. I definitely accept that. I can live with it. What we want to do sooner or later is that we're going to have to put in like a heating resource inside each of their locations, just in case. In the case that we end up with a heat wave or anything like that, we will also need coolers in every single room. This is just something that you should do at the beginning of the game. Regardless of whether or not you think it's useful, it's just something that you should do. Because you never know when the heat wave's coming. It's always perfectly plausible to put in a switch and just turn off all the air conditioners at the same time if they are outside of use and you don't need them. But it's one of the projects that I would maybe think about. That's not for prisoners. That's for other people. What is that on the floor? There's the vomit of Jennifer mixed with the blood of a turkey. Alright, only in Rimworld will you find strange mixtures like that upon your floor. Power conduits are going to need to run in between here, and then we'll just have these run all the way down the back. I will put a switch right here on the wall later on so that I can kill all of these at the same time if I completely and totally need to. But up until the point that it becomes necessary, I'm not gonna. With this right here, we're going to turn it off because we don't need it to be on right now. It's a waste of power. I will probably put in lights that will be to a fixture in the front of the room as well. There we go. He's getting all of those nice and installed. As far as the rest of our things go, I need to put somebody on mining duty. I know in general they hate mining, and what I'll do is I'm going to leave every now and again, I'm going to leave one of these in so that we don't get a mining collapse, because that is straight trouble when it occurs. But we do need some more steel. We've got a great stockpile of wood right now, an incredible stockpile of wood. Our stockpile of wood is to be envied the world over. But aside from that, we do have other issues. So this room right here is going to be our production center. I'm going to go with a simple research bench in the corner. I'm going to go with a stonecutter's table in the corner. I'm going to go with a electric tailoring bench right there in the corner. A sculptor's table is also something that I would lean into just to make sure that we can work on this stuff. And then that's got to be pretty much the center by which we get all of our stuff done. Yeah, I mean, don't focus too heavily on mining. If you have to, you have to. But by and large, it's not that big of a deal. We got 10 herbal medicines right now, which is great, too, considering we've got people with pretty serious health issues. He's good at mining, or he has a passion for mining, which means he'll level up and get better at it as time goes along. But I don't think we have anybody in our group who is just, like, inherently a solid miner. I think we have a couple people who have passions for it, but I don't think we have anybody who's, like, hardcore mining supremacy, yay. You gotta watch out for those mining supremacists. They're worrying characters, they really are. So what was I growing over here? We've got cotton, that's what it was. I wanted to grow some cotton because we're gonna need to make parkas and stuff like that later on in the future. We'll also probably make like another area where we can bed down and do our thing. I'll probably have the city wall run down this way. I mean, we've already built a lot of space, though. I wasn't expecting to expand this quickly. And yet in the first episode, we got a lot of stuff done. So it was like, well, why worry about it, you know? I'm going to have them haul those right there over to the stockpile on this side. And in fact, I may copy this. Can I copy? I can copy the settings and I can paste them. Okay, so that's what I'll do. So instead, I will make a dumping stockpile probably like right here. And then what I'll do is I will copy the settings and then paste the settings over here. And just to make sure that that worked, good, it did. And then we will delete that zone right there. We will take these and we will have somebody haul them whenever they get the chance. After we get done with this wall right here, we should end up with a ton of resources to be utilized by us. So far, Randy Random has been kind, but I don't want to jinx it because Randy Random is normally just waiting to run your ass up a flagpole the second that you start doing that stuff. I'm going to go ahead and delete that job now that we have 45 meals so that she can run around and just do hauling tasks, make our lives a little bit easier. Good. Yep, get us stocked up on steel. I know there's tons of stuff around that just needs to be moved, so we're going to do that for now. Coming back in, there are little tasks that need to be accomplished here. I'm going to run a power conduit up that way. The mining job is moving along. It's probably been a couple of minutes since the last time that we were fiddling with stuff. I've got all this stuff turned off. Oh, that's not good. We've got a fire. So it's a dry thunderstorm. That is going to be problematic, and this is, in fact, one of those events that gets me into trouble the most frequently. Fire in this game is a big problem. just because there's really no way to, like, get a hold of it. Wake everybody up. Go firefight real quick. Oh, it started raining. Good. Okay, so the rain put out the fire. That will save us a huge amount of trouble. We've also got another chunk of spacecraft over there, which is reasonably close. I'll tell them to reconstruct it or deconstruct it just so we can get the parts. We've also got an Arctic wolf over here. I will go ahead and tame. Oh, our best. Nobody can tame him yet. Okay, so we'll cancel that. Not going to hunt him, but later on my hope is that we'll get the opportunity to tame the wolf so that it can become a part of our lovely little family. Our beautiful Alpha 17 family. Some steel right there. Good. That is what I like to see. So let's get somebody rocking on the research right now. We're going to start out with, we've already got electricity. We're going to go with multi-barrel weapons, keep drilling, or deep drilling, packaged survival meals, nutrient paste, electric smelting. Incendiary IEDs might be useful. But God, I don't know what I want to jump into right now. Microelectronic basics, probably a good place to go. Probably a decent place to be. That'll get us to geothermal power, which will actually negate our need for fueled resources because we have 2 geothermal vents right here next to our base. Believe it or not, this was the first map I generated to in this playthrough. Legitimately, we just got lucky. I didn't sit around rolling for maps or anything like that. Sometimes I do that. Sometimes I don't, but otherwise this one was just a really lucky map, so we'll see how it goes from here. I don't think there's going to be a whole lot of tasks getting done aside from mining here today. Oh, he's pretty good at mining. He's not terrible at it. He's better than a lot of the other people, and Teddy should be getting better too. Like, he should be pushing, like, yeah, level 6 at this point. He should be getting real close. Like, everybody's good at mining or has a passion for mining, but not everybody has, like, leveled it yet. So, you know, one thing at a time, I guess. One thing at a time. The only downside to mining is that you got to make sure that if they're going to stay inside this area, microelectronic basics will get us to moisture pumps too, so that I can pump this area out so that we don't end up with, I don't know, I assume mosquitoes or something like that. I live next to a swamp, and oh my God, there are so many mosquitoes. It's the most brutal. I live next to marshlands. That's where I live. And so, like, when you go outside, the air just positively buzzes this time of year. I think on an average, if I sit outside and just hang out with my dog, I'll probably kill 8 or 9 mosquitoes within 5-10 minutes. They're just everywhere. We're getting eaten alive right now. I've got little bumps and spots all over my body from getting bit nonstop. It's brutal. Hopefully it ends soon, but what are you going to do when you live next to a swamp, you know? Teddy, why ain't you going to bed, bro? Shouldn't you be going to sleep? Yeah, I was going to say, I don't think I have you on like a separate thing from anybody else, but if I do, hell, who's doing my research right now? That's going to be Jennifer. Okay, so when Jennifer finishes up, we'll reassign her. We've got more cargo pods over here, too. Oops, I missed it. Where are the cargo pods at? It looks like it dumped a whole bunch of corn on our doorstep. Not going to worry about that right now. That's not something I'm interested in. In addition, I'm going to decide that I don't really care about the milk either, just to keep them from running over there and wasting my time. As soon as they finish that job off, we're going to start with the tailoring bench, but we need cotton before we can do that. And the cotton, unfortunately, is not going to be growing anytime soon. Its growth rate is at like something %. I could, I suppose, hunt and have them use the skins of the thing we hunt as a possible resource for making parkas and things like that. We need warm clothing. The game is warning us now, and so it's something that we probably want to start planning on before too long. I'll probably set up raccoons and bunnies and all that kind of stuff for extermination. Got some more steel over there, too. Good. I want to have a good steel supply. The more steel, the better. We also have compacted machinery right there, which I think is going to be important to us in the future. So let's go ahead and we will assign that for mining. I think there was more down here, too, so we'll go ahead and assign that. What are you taking them long bomb shots for? Just run up there and smack that fool. I get the feeling Richmond is not very good at shooting. Yeah, you're professional, huh? Well, if you're professional, I'd hate to see the amateurs, pal. I would hate to see the amateurs. Good lord. Butcher that bunny up right there. End up with, like, maybe some bunny hides or something. Yeah, we got 12 bunny leather right there. We should have hair leather over there. Is there a difference? I was going to say it's deteriorating due to being unroofed. But somebody will move it eventually. We also got the boar skins right there, so trying to get enough stuff together so that we can start making clothing. We do have muffalos over here. The problem with muffalos is that you can piss off the whole herd, and if you piss off the whole herd, then you got yourself a problem. How much bunny leather are we packing right now? Probably not enough to make a jacket out of, but... We got pigskin, hair leather, 44 hair leather. Okay. I could sort of live with that. How good is she at research? What is she doing with research? Is that intellectual now? Is that what they're calling it? Okay, they're calling it intellectual, so yeah, she's a master level. Oh, we've got compacted machinery over here. Somebody asked me in stream to explain geologically how that might happen, and I was like, sorry, man, we're going to leave this one in the realm of sci-fi. I have no idea how that would work. You would have to have machinery that was made out of advanced plastics that are super ridiculously... Oh, we've got a heat wave. Okay, well, then let's go ahead and designate power on all these, except for that one. Turn that one off real quick, because the temperature is going to skyrocket on us. And then we'll just keep people nice and... We're missing someone. Jennifer, what are you doing right now? You want to flick the switch on there for me real fast? Sorry about that. Messed up your sleep, but I need him to be cool indoors. 71 degrees is definitely manageable. We can live with that. And they should be able to clear out their heat stroke every night. A refugee has been chased from Booty Fruit. She is being chased by the tribespeople of the Pact of Canbo. She begs for safety. Yeah, I'll offer safety. I don't know how many enemies we're going to come across on this one, but hopefully it works out for us. If we end up with like a shit ton of enemies, then I guess we'll do what we got to do. It looks like he's got a sword of some kind. Oh, he's got a marble club. Okay. We'll try to give this guy like the old classic jump in if we can. It's going to be a little bit before this becomes a principal concern, though. So as they cross the waters, Hakuja. So we got somebody named Beth. What is she good at? She's psychically sensitive, and she's an optimist. She's a doctor. She's okay at melee, but she's really good at researching, so I'll probably use her as a research bot so that Jennifer doesn't have to do it. She'll probably just be our research drone, and we'll just keep her on research 24 hours a day. We're going to take these off prisoner beds for now. We're going to designate that for power so that she can sleep in there. And as soon as she gets back over, I don't like how it locks the speed mode when you go into combat. I'm sure in the options somewhere I can probably disable that, but I prefer for that to go away. Let's have a look here. So real-time clock, plant. Yeah, I looked for a second, but I don't see where it might be in the options, so unfortunately we're just going to kind of have to do our thing. There we go. What I want to do is we'll set up like a firing line over here with people with guns. You get back. And then obviously with Beth, we'll have her run away. Oh, we've already killed him. Good. Well, that's a prisoner bed now. So go capture this guy. Chances are he probably ain't gonna make it, but... Can I build a copy of this? Go ahead and put an air conditioner in here too so that he can be comfortable during this heat wave. Oh, she's going back to bed. Alright. Go ahead and capture him real quick. Oh, well, there you go. We got to build another cooler first. He might bake to death before we get that done, but oh well. Is what it is. There it is. So we'll go ahead and capture you. The wall is back in. With this prisoner over here, he actually seems to be a reasonably decent character. He's not crazy good, but he's alright. We'll chat and recruit him. We'll use herbal medicine on him. We'll take his club, and then I need to have a power conduit, which runs over to here. So we'll do that. Oh, I can't do that right there. So never mind. We'll cancel that. Can't run power conduits through water. That makes sense. That seems like something that might backfire on me. So we'll do that right there. And then that should keep him nice and cooled off for the next little bit. Everybody else should seek out cooler ground just in case there's a problem. We're tending to his wounds. We've got Beth, so we're going to need to assign her to her tasks. We'll go ahead and we'll have her play doctor as well, which means that I can probably take Jennifer off doctoring. Actually, it doesn't hurt. Jennifer's not going to be doing much anyways. For Flick, she's pretty good at wardening, actually. I will probably take you off of warden then. Not great at construction. I'm going to keep her as a research bot. It will take all of them off research, so that essentially her only job is just to sit around and do research for me now. She's good at it, so I don't see a reason why she should not, and that leaves other people available to do like hauling tasks and other little job things. Oh, we've got a mortar shell right there. That'll be useful if we ever figure out the research to drop bombs on people. Just blah blah. Drop explosives on them. Take them out. Gotta do what you gotta do. I'm going to see what my steel supply is looking like before I mine that wall any further. But my thought is that up next, what we'll probably want to do is we'll want to... That's a sculptor's table. That's sculptures. I need a stonecutter's table. So on the stonecutter's table, what kind of stone do we have around here? Slate. Okay, go ahead and make me slate blocks. I want to do... until we have 500 of those stone blocks so that we can start working on our wall. How good is she at crafting? Out of curiosity. Or is that an artistic pursuit? Is it construction, maybe? What skill is that using? Oh, that's right, it's hot in there, so they're gonna have problems with that. This dude, is he taken care of? Just make sure they're all good to go. And then everybody else, it's 107 outside, which actually is not that terrible. 107 is totally workable. Like, that's hot, but it's not like 127 hot like you sometimes get in this game. You occasionally get really gnarly heat in this game, and it can be difficult to deal with. Everybody else has no injuries, and we're looking like we're pretty squared away to have a good time here. I don't think we're going to struggle much with this. I think we're going to be okay. We've got medicine, we've got smoke leaf coming in, the cotton plant should be done pretty soon. Potato harvest is coming through as well. Food needs to be taken care of, though. And so we're going to cook simple meals, do until we have... oh, I don't know. This time around, we'll call it 67. I just want to get a nice little stack of food going on. This room right here, we also need to have like a rec room. And so I'll start that. That's the place where you go to get wrecked. Beer brewing comes right after that. You might say that beer brewing should come before, but I don't know. Maybe we'll do it after the rec room. As she researches, she should basically just become an insanely good researcher over time. She doesn't have a massive passion for it, which is the only downside here. But if she sticks with it, I think she'll be all right. What we're going to want to do is we're going to want to build a retaining wall around our land so that nobody can come in and attack us. That's the part that's got me the most concerned, is we're going to set up a retaining wall so that enemies that want to attack us have to go through choke points and stuff like that and put themselves at a severe disadvantage in order to fight with us. Recruitment chance seems pretty low right here. In darkness, awful prison cell, hideous environment, you know. It's going to be a little bit rough, but we'll get it done eventually. Richmond's getting a ton of cooking done, which is great because we need it. He should be able to finish off that job, actually, within the day, I bet. Yeah, I bet he'll finish that off pretty quickly. We're going to need some warm clothing, though, very soon, like sooner rather than later. I need to figure out, so what is it that gets points from... what gets points from stone sculpting? Or is it just like a thing that you do, and that's why it takes a while, is because you got to sit there doing all kinds of crazy... oh, they went and they got the bullets, too. Good, we got mortar shells. In case we get a siege or an invasion, that'll be useful. I believe it was Beth that was good at crumping fools. Oh, that's a shoddy one? We'll go get a normal club then. There you go. Now you got a normal club. We've also got a normal plasteel knife. Jennifer, are you any good at stabbing people? No. Teddy's pretty good at stabbing people. He takes stabbing people up to an art form. Not bad. So what's going on? Why did it slow down? This guy does not want to be one of us, unfortunately. He's had his foot shot off and his rib has been shattered. I'll probably flag him for release then if he's got a 0.5% chance to join us. I mean, I could execute him and then harvest his organs. That's also possible. Like, it's a thing that I could do. But I don't know if it's worth it. Like, the organs are worth a lot of money. But then again, we get a pretty big, serious debuff. Yeah, go ahead and let him go. There you go, buddy. You're free now. You're free. Do we get any kind of bonus for that? Does it make people happy when you do something like that? Aesthetic has an awful bedroom. Feeling great, joy-filled, uncomfortable, ate without a table. Okay. I'm going to flag this stuff up for hauling so that it's up and out of the building. And so this is Jennifer's room. That's Teddy's room, Richmond, Sunny. Okay. Everybody else could have something a little bit nicer, though. And once this heat wave is over, we'll turn off all the air conditioners, designate power right there, just to get that out of the way. Good. We've got a pretty decent stockpile right now. I'm going to say do until you have, like, Oh, I don't know. Not 18,000 of them. Good lord, that's way too much. Do it until we have like 800, though. That'll work. Because he exited the map healthily, the Pact of the Chambo relationship went up. Are we friends with them? They're still hostile, but, like, we can see if we can make friends with them. We're surrounded by a lot of bad people right now. That's not a good sign. It's not a good look for us. We gotta work on that. Has anybody worked on training our animals at all? I don't think they have. It's a bit of a bummer. That's something that I would actually like to prioritize. Oh, good. The potato harvest is coming in. So that'll be really good. That'll allow us to craft up the rest of these meals. And then once we've got like 100 of them stored, we'll get rid of the rest of this. It's still a heat wave. This should still count as refrigerated, although some of it might go bad. Hopefully the heat wave goes away pretty soon. What is happening right now? Oh, wolf's killing a rat. Okay. Works for me. Your training should be... Oh, good. Obedience training's done right there, so that's solid. Could be a lot worse. Muffalos are going to try and break in and eat our food, though. So, watch out for that. I've seen the Muffalos, like, storm in and try to eat all your food before and, like, kick down the doors and whatnot. It can be a little bit rough. I don't want to piss off the herd, but I would love to pick off... We got a mad rat. Where's he at? Randy Random's going easy on us so far. I'm not that concerned about it. Sonny, go fight that rat. We're gonna have to anyways. I smell a rat, and he's gotta go. Is he, like, terrified of rats? Like, fight the thing, man. What are you running from it for? There he is. It's just a rat, man. Step on it. There you go. Now go back to base and get yourself... You're spurting blood everywhere from your rat wounds. And so, ooh, we've got gazelle things down here. Ibexes. Go ahead and hunt them. Definitely go hunt them. That's actually a meat supply that we could desperately use. Along with some of the other issues that we've had to live with so far. We need a whole bunch of skins in order to make this work. I swear to God, I am the worst at timing my series. I was just doing that last Rimworld series because I wanted to play Rimworld. Then all of a sudden, next time I look up, I got to restart the series because Alpha 17 came out. I was like, well, damn. There you go. Finish off that Ibex. At least it's not a dick, you know what I mean? It could be a dick. Instead, it was an Ibex. Heatwave should be done in the next couple of days, I would hope. God, so much blood down here. But that'll give us a whole bunch of Ibex leather that we'll be able to use. So we got Ibex meat over there. And how much Ibex leather do we get from each one of these kills? Pig skin, hair leather, raccoon leather, hair leather, turkey leather, goat hide. There we go, goat hide. So it looks like we get like 22 hides out of each one of these. That'll allow us to get started with some stuff, and the heat wave has ended. Good, because that means I can get off camera right here, and then go, bam, turn off all of my coolers so we're no longer draining our electricity, although I am happy to say that the fuel generators appear to be doing perfectly fine. I don't know if those are like wood fuel generators or what those are supposed to be, but they seem to be handling our problems without any issues. I was worried we weren't going to have the power storage that we were going to need in order to make everything function, but... Looks good to me. No complaints from my side of the arena. Research is almost done on microelectronic basics. That's a really good thing. As soon as we've got enough stone blocks, we'll start that retaining wall. A friendly AI has sent us a message and reveals that there's a starship hidden on the planet so that we can leave. If we travel to the ship, we can go to the stars and go to a new world and repeat the process over and over and over again. I think I would rather focus on civilization here. Civilization, I'll stay right here. Like the most weird, vaguely racist song ever. Maybe it only bothers me because I'm Hawaiian. Maybe that's why. I don't know. I try not to be a hypocrite about these things, but sometimes... There we go. So microelectronic basics are done. So the next thing that I would want to bring in now that we've got microelectronic basics... medicine production. So we'll work on drug production for now. These walls are going to be important to us, and the way that we're going to want to do this is actually going to be a little bit crafty here. So what I'll do is I'll go like that. I will go like so. I will go like a dit. Like a det. And that should be good enough for right now. I'm not going to concern myself too heavily. We'll also cancel one out right here. And I think that's probably going to use up the vast majority of our blocks. But we'll have a really cool stone wall that's ready to go after we get done with this. The building the retaining wall tends to be one of the biggest projects you undertake in the entire game. And then once the retaining wall is done, you don't really have to worry about too much else. Doesn't become that much of a problem. once it's finished off. I was going to say there should be a gap over here somewhere. So we'll draw that in like so, draw that in like so. Perfect. We're actually making trapped hallways right here, so the enemies that come in have to hit our trap hallways. It'll limit our losses when it comes to raids and stuff of that nature, which tend to be pretty severe once you get further into the game. So you've got to come up with some crafty way to exploit the AI being dumb most of the time. Oh, we've got plague. Sunny has gotten sick from the plague. Okay. Go ahead and get rid of that and turn into a medical bed. You go rest until you feel better. Stop being around people for now. We do have medicine, so we should be able to get him fueled up. So that was 100% quality healing right there. That should be awesome. And so his immunity should go up pretty quickly. Although he's at 43% plague already. And he's tending in another 11 hours. I'm not going to have him do anything. He's just going to hang out and rest for right now. There's no reason to like stress him out or force him to do anything. The more we allow him to rest, the better his chances are of surviving. And so ideally what we want is for his immunity to be higher than his plague percentage right now. And so if he gets treatment on the dot whenever he needs it. Oh, that was successful. We've also got a pet elk. So what can he do now? Oh, good. He's got release training. Fantastic. But he needs trainable intelligence. So we've got an attack muffalo now. An attack muffalo. A melee muffalo. So he can muffle attack people. And then we'll work on obedience training and everything else with our warg pretty soon too. But yeah, I think we're out of time for the day. My name is Splattercat. Thank you for joining me here at the Nerd Castle for the next episode of Rimworld. I'm going to queue up some enemies for the slaughter so that we have lots of hunting going on and we can end up with the furs that we need in order to get things finished off. And in the worst case, if we just end up with a bunch of scraps of furs, we can actually just sell those to traders. And in that situation, we'll still end up making money. And so it's a win-win. I'll see y'all next time. Bye, everybody.